afternoon, good night, wherever you are in internet world. Welcome to another edition of Golden Independence. I want to take this time, this opportunity to talk about, hey, what else, right? Bitcoin. And of course, right, the big talk now is that it's crashing, it's crashing, it's crashing. Why is it crashing? Why is Bitcoin crashing? Guess what? Bitcoin is not crashing. Okay? What's happening is, consider this. What about the people who got in at 50? What about the people who got in at 30 or 20,000 or even 10,000? Right? The people who got in at those levels, right? Don't they deserve something for waiting? We never know another person's situation or scenario. You see what I'm saying? And the people who are selling, it's clearly it's not substantial. We know who's not selling, right? MicroStrategy is not selling. We know this. Uh, BlackRock is not selling either. Okay, and you know who else isn't selling? Um, any countries outside of the U.S. that are either mining or actively buying, right? And yeah, that's something to consider because this is why it's holding at 90,000. I mean, it's only going down 10%. We've seen much larger corrections, if you will, in this space, and we're used to um, a greater percentage of a downfall. It seems just because it's going down by 10%, it's all this FUD in the internet space about, oh, it's over for Bitcoin. See, it's crashing. Like, why is it that every time Bitcoin corrects itself, people think that, oh, it's over, right? No, um, this is part of it, right? People are going to sell their Bitcoin for whatever it is that they need to sell it for. Like, I mean, not everywhere accepts Bitcoin, right? So if you need to do something like take care of a bill, right, or hey, your car broke down, you may need a new car, or some people are saying, hey, I'm ready to buy that home now, right? So if you got 90, if you got, some people probably only have 5 Bitcoin, right? They only have 50K, and they came in, right? They came in with one Bitcoin, or maybe two. Maybe they came in at 10,000, right? And they only got 5 Bitcoin. Maybe you see what I'm saying? And maybe that individual or those people, you know, they've been holding on to the 5 Bitcoin up until now. And now the 5 Bitcoin, each Bitcoin is now valued at 90,000 from 50,000, right? 5 coins. Hey, I'm not saying, buy a Rolls Royce or anything, but maybe, they could finally get that nice home, or maybe go down south to one of the, maybe El Salvador, right? Because now they're up. They got 450,000 now. So they could go down El Salvador, Bitcoin country, and live out their life, right? And in order to do that, hey, before they get to El Salvador, maybe they have to, cash out. They gotta cash out a little bit. It's nothing wrong with that, right? They probably cashed out half of the Bitcoin so that they could make the necessary movements that they need to make. But guess what? They'll come back in. They'll come back in when it's all, when it's all said and done, right? But what we have to be mindful of is that by the end of the year, 100,000, that's just inevitable, right? 100,000 is inevitable, and the question is, if you're not buying Bitcoin, or if you're not using leverage, right, to acquire Bitcoin or Satoshis, then you really don't understand this channel or the opportunity that BitHarvest is uh, is presenting itself for the masses, because people don't even understand Bitcoin, and I mean, that's just the reality of it. People just think they hold on to this thing, and they're just gonna get rich overnight. No, right? The people who are selling are those who have held on for a long period of time. You know, weak hands exchange into stronger hands, or the people who deserve to get in, right? So there's always a buyer. The question is, are you going to be the buyer? Are you getting Bitcoin at 90? Well, guess what? I'm getting Bitcoin at 90. I'm getting Bitcoin at 91,000. I'm getting Bitcoin. I'm getting Bitcoin all the way down, right? Why? Because BitHarvest is mining it for me. I'm mining Satoshis. And what's beautiful is that I'm doing it in my sleep. you know, it's a set it and forget it type of thing. And I'm using leverage. I'm using the system to acquire an asset that's going to be life changing, right? And BitHarvest is going to be a next level, game changer in this space. When it comes to the Satoshis, it's not being felt right now. Why? Because Satoshis are basically not even pennies. Like, one Satoshi is not even a penny. It's not even valued at a penny. But when that happens, when it becomes that type of unit of account, 1 penny, when one Satoshi equals 1 penny, and it becomes a monetary unit of our Satoshis are going to uh, be performing. That's when we're going to see the power of BitHarvest. And if you don't have your BitHarvest account, right, I feel sorry for you if you FOMO in to BitHarvest. I feel sorry for you, because you don't have to FOMO into BitHarvest. You don't have to FOMO into Bitcoin. BitHarvest is an opportunity, it's a platform where you can walk into your financial future and your future self in a relaxed state and not a stressful state. Yeah. And with that in mind, that's something you may wish to consider. But if not, at least you've been entertained. So yeah, that's all for now, ladies and gentlemen. If you like the content, you like the backdrop, hit the like button, hit subscribe. So don't forget to hit the bell so you got all the notifications. And yeah, it's another lovely day of building our Bitcoin reserve. Be your own bank with BitHarvest. Golden Independence signing out. Bless up.